Hello, welcome to another video from the Animal University channel. Let's go for the video. Hamster. Hamster, subfamily Chrysotini, any of 18 Eurasian species of rodents possessing internal cheek pouches. The golden hamster, Mesochrysetus auratus, of Syria is commonly kept as a pet. Hamsters are stout-bodied, with a tail much shorter than their body length, and have small furry ears, short stocky legs, and wide feet. Their thick long fur ranges from grayish to reddish brown. Depending upon the species, underparts range from white to shades of gray and black. The Dzungarian hamster, Phodopus sungoris, and the striped dwarf hamster, Chrysotulus barabensis, have a dark stripe down the middle of the back. Dwarf desert hamsters, genus Phodopus, are the smallest, with a body 5 to 10 centimeters, about 2 to 4 inches, long. The largest is the common hamster, Chrysetus chrysetus, measuring up to 34 centimeters long, not including a short tail of up to 6 centimeters. Hamsters are generally solitary and primarily nocturnal, although they are sometimes active in the early morning or late evening. They do not climb but are excellent diggers, constructing burrows with one or more entrances and with galleries that are connected to chambers for nesting, food storage, and other activities. They also appropriate tunnels made by other mammals. The striped hairy-footed hamster, P. sungoris, for instance, uses paths and burrows of the pica. Their diet consists mostly of grains but also includes fruit, roots, green parts of plants, invertebrates, and other small animals. Hamsters carry food in their spacious cheek pouches to cache in the burrow. None hibernates during winter, but some experience periods of torpor lasting from a few days to several weeks. Breeding season is from April to October, with 2 to 5 litters of 1 to 13 young being born after a gestation period of 13 to 22 days. Hamsters' northern range extends from Central Europe through Siberia, Mongolia, and northern China to Korea. The southern portion of their range stretches from Syria to Pakistan. Throughout dry open country, they inhabit desert borders, vegetated sand dunes, shrubby and rocky foothills and plateaus, river valleys, and mountain steppes. Some live among cultivated crops. Geographic distribution varies greatly with species. The common hamster, for example, is found from Central Europe to western Siberia and northwestern China, but the golden hamster has been found only near a small town in northwestern Syria. A litter of 10 young golden hamsters was collected by zoologists and taken to Europe during the 1930s. Some of those animals successfully bred with one another, and the population multiplied. There are about 20 species of hamsters. Hamsters belong to the family Chrysetidae, which includes voles and lemmings as well as rats and mice. The 20 or more species of hamsters are quite varied. Some are rat-like, like the 7 members of the Chrysotulus genus, while the lone member of the Chrysetus genus, the European or common hamster, has unique black fur on its belly. The most popular species for pets are the golden or Syrian hamster, Mesochrysetus auratus, and 3 different members of dwarf hamsters, the winter white dwarf hamster, Phodopus sungoris, Campbell's dwarf hamster, Phodopus campbelli, and the Roborovsky hamster, Phodopus roborovsky, the smallest of all hamster species. They are nocturnal creatures. Being prey for so many animals, it's no wonder that most hamsters are nocturnal. They spend their days hiding from snakes, eagles, foxes, badgers, and other carnivores. In the wild, hamsters dig burrows with deep tunnels and multiple entrances for protection and to sleep during bouts of torpor. They are solitary animals, spending most of their time in their burrows alone. They are also fiercely territorial and will attack any invading hamsters that dare venture near. They are promiscuous. Male and female hamsters are polygynandrous, meaning they have multiple mates. During breeding season, males travel from burrow to burrow and mate with any female they find, provided said female hasn't already mated. Once she has mated, a copulatory plug forms on the female to prevent any further insemination. Hamsters are territorial, and females frequently kick the male out after mating. Females will normally birth 2 to 4 litters a year. Their gestation period is only 15 to 22 days, and litter sizes can range from 1 to 13 young, though the average is around 5 to 7. Hamsters are banned in Hawaii. Given their high reproductive rate and the fact that Hawaii's climate is similar to the hamster's native habitat, these critters are illegal in Hawaii. Hamsters could quickly establish large colonies in the state if they ever escaped into the wild, which would pose a problem for agriculture and other native species. Hawaii's list of banned animals also includes hummingbirds, snakes, gerbils, hermit crabs, and salamanders. Their teeth never stop growing. Like all rodents, hamsters' incisor teeth have no roots and never stop growing. By gnawing, they keep their teeth nice and sharp while also preventing them from becoming too overgrown. Researchers studying rodents' teeth have discovered that their incisor teeth contain active stem cells. This factor, coupled with rodents' trait of constantly regrowing their teeth, gives scientists hope of one day replicating the tooth regeneration process in humans. They hoard food. Hamsters are built for food storage. Their cheeks are like tiny totes that they can fill with fruit, grains, roots, and leaves up to an amount that's equivalent to their own body weight. When they find an abundant source of food, they fill those cheek pouches and return to their burrows, where they have prepared food chambers for storage. In fact, their name comes from the German word hamstern, which means to forage. But their cheeks also have a secondary purpose: they fill up with air so that hamsters can float in water. They are prone to bacteria and viruses. Hamsters carry salmonella and, while rare, they are also prone to lymphocytic choriomeningitis, a virus that can result in flu-like symptoms. 6 The primary methods of zoonotic disease transfer from hamsters and other rodents to humans is through bites, direct contact with the animal, and indirect contact with contaminated objects. 7 Young children and pregnant adults are particularly at risk of contracting it. Some hibernate, sort of. While most hamsters do not hibernate during cold weather, one species called the golden hamster, aka the Syrian hamster, commonly kept as a pet, stays in its burrow, blocks the entrance with soil, and sleeps in a grass-lined nest, waking once per week to eat food it has stashed. Apparently, while hibernating, its heart drops from the usual 400 beats per minute to just 4, and it only takes 2 breaths per minute. They have poor eyesight. Most hamsters are nearly blind in bright light. It does much better at seeing in dim light, which is why it's a nocturnal animal. Even so, it can't see much past the tip of its own nose. Because of this, a hamster relies on other senses to navigate during the daytime, such as its supersensitive whiskers and scent glands on its back that leave traces to guide it back home. European hamsters are critically endangered. Once widespread throughout Europe, the black-bellied, European, or common hamster is critically endangered, the only member of the Chrysetus genus. This hamster's range and population have both declined significantly throughout Western, Central, and Eastern Europe, no longer inhabiting an estimated 75% of its native range. Changes in agricultural practices, commercial and residential development, pollution, and climate change are the biggest threats to these small animals. Though conservation, monitoring, and reintroduction measures in parts of the hamster's range have been successful, the European hamster's decline has occurred rapidly. Plans for conservation throughout all countries where they occur are needed to prevent extinction. I hope you enjoyed this video enough and it was informative. Please like the video and subscribe the channel. Introduce us to your friends. Good luck to you all.